Salutations. Did I really beat Mario 1-1 with a flute? Yes, I did. And that's not all. I actually beat 4 levels from 4 different games, with Mario 1-1 being the easiest of them all. But how would I even play Mario with a flute? It makes no sense. I could use my flute to press keys on my keyboard, or I could simply hope that my flute somehow reprograms Mario's feeble software. Instead, I opted to use a program made by Baby Drake 2007 that magically transforms notes played on my flute into key presses on the mainframe. It is very sophisticated, very much like an AI black box. But why would I do this? Black magic such as this has been banned since the Western South. Well, when I was a small tadpole, I had a dream to become a rock star. I asked my music teacher, Toadsworth, to critique my musical skills. When I played my first note, he stopped me immediately and said,
"Oh, here!"
Not quite my tempo. Then he proceeded to throw 20 chairs at me, destroying my dreams to become a rock star. But now I am back, fueled by a burning desire for vengeance. I will show Toadsworth and the world that he was wrong by beating all 4 levels of this challenge. But first, I have to beat Mario 1-1. The starting controls I made for Mario are B5 to move right and A5 to jump. It is time to show Toadsworth what I'm made of.
Holy shit, did you see that? Oh, holy shit.
The first problem I ran into was these pipes. I have a jump command, but it's static. It only goes up.
Bro, I don't know. Okay, there's a bit of a problem. Oh, okay.
So I added a new command, G5, which performs a right jump. So now I should be able to jump over the pipes.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Holy crap, this is working so well. My right jump was working really well, but I quickly ran into another problem. This hole. My right jump is perfectly calibrated
Let's not mess it
to
up.
send me straight into it. The solution was fairly simple. I just needed to build momentum before jumping. That way, I could easily cross the hole.
Okay. This is a bad situation because I don't have a left command. I hope this works.
I also added a command to move left, just in case. But now, we had all the tools we needed to beat the level. From this point onward, it was only a matter of time.
Yes!
And on attempt number 16, I realized something very useful. Instead of playing every note one at a time, I could seamlessly transition between notes, keeping all my momentum when I'm jumping. This strategy would become extremely useful later on in level 2.
I didn't figure it out.
And on attempt number 19, I did the unthinkable.
Let's go! Dude, I actually did it!
Suffice to say, I didn't just beat level 1, I conquered it! I can already feel Toadsworth quaking in his boots. But now, it's time for level 2. It was now! Oh, sorry about that. I got a notification. Okay, it's actually from Toadsworth. Now let's see, he wrote, not quite my tempo. I'll make you eat those words, Toadsworth, by destroying level 2 of the challenge. For level 2, I need to finish the iconic stage, Dino Piranha in Super Mario Galaxy, and defeat the boss at the end. We finished Mario 1-1 with 4 commands. But for Super Mario Galaxy, we would start with 6 commands. I can't pronunciate 6. I don't know. And these are only our basic commands. Suffice to say, I was extremely overwhelmed.
No!
Before I even started the level, I fell down some stairs.
Right, not left.
And I didn't know how to get back up again.
Oh my god! No! No! I just keep falling down.
Thankfully, that was a pretty easy fix. I modified my jump command that it would also move me a bit forward whenever I press it. Something that would normally take about 2 seconds to figure out
There we go!
took about 5 for me.
It's a bit hard,
It was
I know.
finally time for the actual challenge, Dino Piranha. This level consists of 6 planetoids, with the 6th one having a boss fight that I wasn't even sure if I could actually beat it. The first planetoid was no problem at all.
Yes! Yes!
Now the second planetoid, on the other hand, was a completely different story. This planetoid is slightly tilted, which makes moving around it really awkward, since I don't have a command that lets me move diagonally. The mud that slows us down on this planet is also not really helping us out.
No!
And sometimes this happens.
What? What? Why is he stopping in the middle? Mario? What was that?
The strategy was fairly simple. Just learn the timings and pray you don't get scammed.
Ah, yes! Okay, I got all 5 though. I got all 5. Okay, just don't die. Just don't die now. Yes.
After 7 attempts, I finally managed to do it. Compared to that, the third planet was a joke. All you really have to do is jump on top of a piranha plant. No problem at all.
Did you see that?
The fourth planetoid looks very intimidating, but really is just an easier version of what we already did on the second one. All you need is a bit of patience and a bit of luck, and there should be no problem.
Oh, that was actually really easy. Ah, perfect.
The fifth planet had some light platforming, but nothing we couldn't handle with our momentum transition strategy that we learned in level 1. And now, it was time for the sixth planet, the boss fight.
Oh, this boss fight time. Oh no. Okay, this is gonna be really hard. I don't know how I'm gonna do that.
Now, in a normal playthrough, this boss is incredibly easy. All you're really supposed to do is get behind the boss and attack his tail 3 times. And that's it. Simple, right? The hard part about playing with the flute isn't attacking him. It's the getting behind him part.
Oh my god, I don't know. Wrong! I did the wrong thing.
Now, normally, Mario changes directions very fluidly. But when playing with the flute, every time Mario changes directions, he stops, turns to face that direction, and only then starts moving. This tiny delay gives the boss just enough time to hit Mario every time, making it almost impossible to get behind the boss.
Oh, it's so fast.
So I came up with a solution. Moving in a straight line was too slow. The boss would always catch me. But trying to get behind the boss was also not a solution because Mario stops. But what if Mario moved diagonally? So to try this out, I replaced my spin command with a diagonal right down command. There was just one small issue. I still needed the spin command to actually do damage to the boss. But the problem was, I didn't know any more notes. Now, I could have learned a new note, but you know, that could take hours. So, what if my voice just became a spin attack?
It kind of works. It kind of works.
So now with everything implemented, I tried my new diagonal strategy. And I have to say, the strategy was working pretty well. But there was another problem. In phase 2, the boss gets much faster. So when I tried the same strategy, I nearly ran out of air.
Oh my god, I ran out of air.
So I did the only other thing I could think of at the time. Throwing my head against the wall until something sticks. Phase 1 had become very consistent, but for phase 2, I didn't have a clue.
Something is not working with...
But eventually, I found a strategy that kind of worked. At the start of phase 2, if I immediately went diagonally right, created a little distance, then went left, and finally up, I had just barely enough time to get behind the boss. It was technically possible, but just incredibly unlikely. I tried it over and over and over again, but really nothing ever happened. Then, after a multitude of failed attempts, I went to the bathroom. And while sitting on the toilet, I pondered. I searched the deepest corners of my bowels for information. Anything I might have missed. Anything that could make this possible. And then, it hit me. What about the baggage? Wait, can I maybe just jump over him?
Wait, maybe that is it.
Instead of trying to outrun the boss, what if I simply try to jump over the boss?
No, you don't jump high enough.
Nope. Sadly, it just doesn't go high enough. So I continued with my attempts. But it got me thinking, what other movement options had I overlooked?
There's a long jump. There's a long jump.
What about the long jump? Maybe this was the solution I was searching for.
Did you see that?
So I replaced my normal jump command with a long jump. Finally, it seemed like I was onto something. If I could learn this new command properly, I might actually be able to beat the challenge. But then, I ran into another problem. While investigating the program, I noticed something very interesting. Whenever I play the note imperfectly, it would change between the note itself and the sharp version of that note. Maybe the reason Mario kept stopping for no apparent reason was because I was accidentally landing on these sharp notes. So I duplicated all of my commands onto these sharp notes to see if I was onto something. And immediately I could feel the difference. The controls felt way more responsive.
So smooth all of a sudden. This was all I had to do the entire time.
Even if I didn't play a note perfectly, Mario would no longer just stop in the middle of a movement and just stare into space. The controls felt so smooth, in fact, that I became confident that I could use the juke strategy on the boss that had previously been completely impossible.
This totally works. This totally works.
At this point, it was only a matter of time. And after 4 hours of playing Mario Galaxy, I finally got this run. I actually did it. We can finally move on to level 3 of the challenge. Now what is very important is that... Oh, sorry, someone's at my door. I got a letter. A letter without anything on it. Bro, what is this? Holy crap, it's from Toadsworth. How does he know my address? Dear third prince of Peponia, I have to admit, you impressed me. Not? You will never live up to your siblings? And your playing is still not quite my tempo? Toadsworth! You will rue the day when you have picked a fight with me! It is time for level 3 now! For level 3, I have chosen Modern Warfare 2. The goal is simple. I have to get 10 kills in a free-for-all. Now already with the starting controls, I ran into a problem. I could shoot, I could aim, I could move, but the big problem was, I sadly never really figured out how I could use my camera with my flute. So the solution I came up was very simple. In my right hand, I had my mouse. And in my left hand, I had my flute. It was time for the first match.
Yo, that's one kill! That's one kill! Second kill!
After that first match, I realized something important. I don't actually need that many controls from Modern Warfare 2. So I streamlined everything. I added sprinting to my movement command, so now I would always sprint. Then I combined shooting and aiming into one command. So now every time I fired my weapon, I would automatically aim down sights. As I kept playing, I realized something else. The smaller the map, the easier it is to actually get kills. Large maps required strategy, map knowledge, and positioning, which I did not know. But with smaller maps, you could just get a shit ton of lucky kills. So I started praying for smaller maps. Then we landed on Favela. This was perfect. It's a small map with many tight corners and a lot of opportunities to just get lucky kills. By the end of the match, I had 8 kills. I was getting really close to the 10 kill mark. In the back of my mind, I could feel Toadsworth mocking me, sending me a letter only to undermine my achievements. So when the next round began, I completely locked in with a vengeance to show Toadsworth that he is a fool.
Now we go another kill, I think 5. One more! Dang it! Holy crap, how many kills did I get? 15 kills!
I didn't just beat the challenge, I completely crushed it. Level 3 was finished. Only one more challenge remained. The game I chose for level 4 was Muse Dash, a rhythm game, which meant there was no more hiding behind platforming, movement tricks, or lucky kills. It was all about my pure musical skills. The controls for this game are really simple. B5 to attack the upper lane and A5 to attack the lower lane. That is it. But the goal was absolutely brutal. I had to get a full combo, which means I couldn't get a single miss or I would automatically fail level 4. And to make things even harder, I banned the use of sharp notes, which meant every note had to be perfect. There were 4 major obstacles standing in my way. First, we had the normal enemies. These are fairly easy to hit, but missing even one would ruin everything. Next up, we had the big enemies. These are normally really easy to hit, but somehow I kept missing them. The third major obstacles were these long notes. I have to hold the notes for multiple seconds at a time. If I play the note even a little bit wrong, it immediately gets dropped. And our last major obstacle, maybe the biggest one of all, was air. Because the enemies are constantly flowing in. When to breathe in and when to breathe out becomes a huge challenge. It becomes just as important as actually hitting the notes. This was truly the ultimate challenge to prove my musical talent. And after hours of practice, I finally got this run. And by the way, I'm pretty sure the song that is playing right now is copyrighted. So if you want to support me, maybe consider becoming a member. Anyways, let's finish this. Oh God, no! Yes! Oh! Yes! 8 hours. I had finally done it. 8 hours of playing the flute. But in the end, I did it. I didn't just beat the challenge. I conquered it. Mario 1-1.
Let's go!
Super Mario Galaxy. Modern Warfare 2. And now finally, Newsdash. 4 games. All controlled with a flute. Which means there is only one possible conclusion. Toadsworth was wrong. I am officially a true musician. Now it is... God damn. What the hell? Second time today. What do we have here? A package from Toadsworth. Let me guess. A formal apology, I bet. Maybe even a prize to congratulate me. Man, I can't wait to...